Well, that's even better. That is the best shot I think I've ever seen you hit. And we've got it this time.
Hi, Jeremy here, and today we're going to be talking about power, how to hit the ball further. Which golfer doesn't want that? Very important for seniors, very important for lady golfers, but very important for every golfer to get the ball down a healthy distance down the fairway. This drill will help you maximize your power. It can also help with angle of attack with the driver. It can also stop you coming over the top, and it's brilliant for slicers as well. So if you get slices, pulls, tops, skies, this is a brilliant, brilliant drill. It will really help with that all-important angle of attack. But before we get into the drill and what it can do, here's my pupil, Annabelle, who used this drill, and these are consecutive swings. I want you to have a look at them and see if you can tell the difference between the two. One was a slice over the top, no power, and the other was one of the best drives she has ever hit, and they were consecutive shots. And all we did between the shots is this magic drill. Have a look at it. Can you see it? Can you see what we've done? Can you see the difference? There's more power, there's more accuracy, and as you can see from the still photographs, the angle of attack is not over the top with the second swing. It's completely different. Here's what we did. Now, Annabelle has been working really hard on the essential pre-swing fundamentals: grip, address position, shoulder line, head position, and she had all her ducks in a row for those things. And her iron swing was fantastic. Again, as you'll see in the video, she comes back down on a really good line and no hint of over the top on these iron swings. You can see I'm coming down on a nice line here, back up on the same line I swung back on, and on her driver she had quite a big over the top. And instead of giving her a downswing drill, what we did was change the coil on the backswing to make it more powerful. If you can see the first swing, arms are very upright. The body from this angle had the tendency to tilt a little bit this way, and I could have given her a downswing drill. I could have told her a few things about the hand position here. But what I actually thought I'd do was give her this magic drill. I call it the windmill drill, and this is what it looks like. So you can probably see why it's called the windmill drill, and you probably see it better from down the line. Got my arms outstretched on the same line as my shoulders, so there's a 90-degree angle here and here. And what I'm going to do, I'll do it right-handed, is just coil, turn. And because I'm tipped over, of course, the shoulders will be on an angle, and so the arms will follow that angle as well, and on the follow through as well. So it's fantastic to feel the spine staying in the same angle throughout the swing. That's the heart of a good pivot. But what it also does from this point of view, it really engages my core. Yeah? And it's fantastic for flexibility as well, something that we all need to do. I do this as part of my own routine as well, with one variation which I'll show you in a moment. But this stopped Annabelle wanting to tilt back. It also, because it increased the amount of shoulder turn, put her hands over where they should be, over the right shoulder, rather than more over her ear in this fashion. From this position here, she was over the top. From the coiled position, she was much more able to swing back on the same line she'd swung up on. If I grab the club, you can see this quite clearly with a big coil, big turn of the shoulders here, and a real stretch on the right shoulder. You feel the chest expanding, then I can get a slightly deeper position with the hands, which she has a great high hands position. I think there's nothing wrong with that. You can see now my shoulders are on one angle and my arms are above that angle. That's generally what you'll see is a good top of the backswing position, and the forearm here is at the same angle as the spine, and it's completely textbook. But if you don't coil, you'll end up with the hands up here. And when you start your downswing, it's coming back over the top, and from here it can come in steep. As you can see, it can swing left. That'll give a slice or a pull or a top or even a sky, which is what happens when the club comes in too steeply. You hit the top of the club there. And I liken this to a discus throw. If you can imagine, I've got a discus in my right arm, in my right hand rather, then I would coil and then I would let it go, and I would use my body, synchronized of course with the arm swing, to create speed. Coil, release, coil, release. Now of course we don't want to leave the arms behind, but this drill gives you the depth to get them back without overturning the body. If you don't have the turn and the coil in the first place, you can see slightest bit of body movement, the arms aren't going to have the chance to come down on the right line. So this is an absolute great drill for increasing flexibility. You'll feel like you're engaging the core muscles as well, and really be able to feel the arms like bits of string being flung at the ball. It's a really good drill. Now, one little variation on this is to get a stretchy band. You can get them on Amazon and make a pentagon with the arms outstretched and the feet apart, just like before. And then I do the drill backwards and forwards, and can really feel a wonderful stretch. There are of course other variations. You put the club across your shoulders and do the same thing. As you tip over, of course, your shoulders will turn at 90 degrees to your shoulder line. So that is a great way of feeling the angle on which the shoulders should turn. If you're looking for more speed in your swing, then this is a great way to do it. Don't forget though that there are other fundamentals. None of this will matter unless your grip and your address position are correct, and there are other videos for that in my golfing curriculum. You can click on those at the end, and I'll put a link also in the description. In addition, there's a free ebook on my website. Again, the link will be in the description. Do get your fundamentals right, otherwise this won't make any difference at all. Grip, stance, takeaway, all of that stuff is really important, and then adding power onto that is the finishing touch. Like it was for Annabelle, she's been working really hard in one direction. Don't think of this as a cure-all. Everything else has to be right as well. Hope it helps. Hope you get a bit more distance, a few yards more on your drives. That wouldn't hurt, but it also will help you be more flexible, and as we all get older, that's a really good thing. Thanks for watching.